They started their pages for fun and now they have thousands of followers and they've quit their day jobs. Hey there, I'm Ashley Audette. Did you know that over the course of the last 2 years, the influencer marketing industry has expanded exponentially? In 2017, the industry was worth only $2 billion. By 2020, it's set to reach 10 billion. So how did influencers gain so much popularity over the course of a few years? I speak to some individuals and they're going to tell us why. Why do you think Instagram influencers have gained so much traction within the last 3 years?
So I guess the best way to start that off is Instagram itself gaining traction over the last 3 years. I think there's a lot of reasons for Instagram that's really kind of gone that way. And I think it's kind of the evolution of social media.
Instagram, people were posting their pictures. YouTube, people were posting videos, and you cared about their opinion of what they were doing. And then you would just ask them, hey, what do you use for your skin? Because your skin looks amazing. All of a sudden, the influencer was like, well, I use this product. And they kept doing that, and it just built up to where the brands were like, well, we'll pay you to talk about us. We'll help promote you. We'll sponsor you to do these things. And it just kept starting from there.
Well, I mean, part of it is just a youth-driven market. And I think also people looking for something that doesn't seem like a commercial, even though we know that influencing pretty much is just that. But I think it got off because there were initially so few guidelines and rules about it before the FTC stepped in and sort of said, hey, you have to mark out when you're doing advertising. So it just seemed like you were having this natural conversation or getting glimpses into the lives of people whom you already liked that suddenly allowed them to sort of, again, grow in popularity.
Why do you think influencers have gained so much popularity within the last 3 years?
I think obviously it has to do with the popularity of the platforms themselves. Specifically, Instagram has grown as working in social media year over year. So I think the amount of users, and I also think it has to do with the age of the users. A lot of the younger millennials and the Gen Z have found themselves on Instagram, which I think has grown the influencer appeal both on the influencer and the customer side.
I think part of it is because they seem organic. I think much of the appeal of the influencer is that they seem like you and me. They seem accessible. So if you think about people who are like makeup influencers, right? If you're a young woman and you see someone who is willing to show you what she looks like before and after, and you begin to think, well, I can do that. Or you think about another area that most people don't think about, like video games. If you see somebody playing a video game giving strategies, you suddenly start to think, well, I can do that as well. And so I think that organic nature of it, plus the platform on which much of it is taking place, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth, has really allowed it to grow.
Did I start my brand and when? So I actually started a wine blog called Our Vine Time. I started it a little bit over a year ago at this point, and I started it because I realized that on Instagram there was a lot of influencers that were posting, and they were all sommeliers and they were very serious about it. And honestly, I just wanted to create a community of people that talked about wine, that kind of gave like the best wine restaurants where you can find a great wine list, or that a great wine bar that has awesome foods to pair with wine, but also the wineries in Connecticut and New York and Massachusetts. So the surrounding area, I wanted to make it more fun and approachable, that shared like recipes that cook with wine, the places you should go, and just all around like why wine is so great. So for me, that's why I started it. So the reason why influencers are so popular, especially in recent years, is because people relate to them, and people also want to be like them. So people kind of model themselves after who they want to emulate, and that's no different for someone that's seeing someone's profile online for the first time. Sometimes people get user envy where they see that person that's always on vacation and they want to be just like that person, or they want to visit somewhere and then they see this person went there and they'll take their recommendation and go visit that same place. Now, whether they have a good experience there or not, really up to if the influencer is being honest with their followers. Today's consumers want to feel engaged. Traditional marketing doesn't have the same effect as a social media influencer who's built a following based on their story, authenticity, and building relationship with those followers. But are influencers being entirely honest with all of their followers? Watch my next video where I share the secrets that influencers keep from their followers. If you learned something valuable, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and share this video.